I'm talking today to Reverend R.E. Sharp. Reverend Sharp was born in 1909
Right.
in Meigs County, Tennessee, weren't you?
Right.
And lived there until, or you grew up in Meigs County
Right.
and moved
to Roane County.
and then you moved to Etowah
in 1963.
63.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell me a little bit about your childhood and growing up, Reverend Sharp? What kind of house you lived in?
We lived in a log house with no 2 rooms and no screens and nothing. And just with 10 of us in the families. 10 with my dad and mother. And we had rough times. Time was a bit different than it is now.
How was your home heated?
Home heating was wood, with fireplace, family, what they call a family fireplace. All of us sit around that fireplace, and we would have prayer before we went to bed. Family, what they call a family prayer. We had to pray, go to bed and get up. First, Daddy would have us had to do it sure when we come in. At school, we'd had to pull off them clean clothes and put on mud and go out and get up our night wood and get that in before we studied a lesson. Had to get a lesson too. So see that was done. So yeah.
You did some cooking in that big fireplace too, I guess.
They would hang. My mama cooked on the fireplace, baked bread and baked roast sweet potatoes and ashes, and that was very good. And we'd sit up and eat popcorn and had checkers. We had the chestnut trees back them days. We'd sit around to play a game with chestnuts. We'd say, Jack in the bush. They said, cut him down. They said, how many licks? You say, maybe 6 or 2. Maybe you have 1 chestnut. Well, they'd have to give you 3 chestnuts, make up what they said. Old gray horse. How many miles? I can ride him. Let me tell you how many miles. Since we didn't have that many chestnuts, you'd have to pay to give us some more. And then make up the miles that you said. So we just played games and played in the wintertime.
You all did a lot of work, didn't you?
Oh, a lot of work. We done a lot of work.
You had what, 8 brothers and sisters?
No, it was 3 brothers. And I believe 5 sisters. There was 10 of us all and children. Now we were stripped cane. Back then, about this time here, cane be ready to come in. We stripped cane, cut wood, pick peas, and they didn't have no thresher then. They had to beat them out with poles. Had good long sticks, about say 3 foot long. And I whooped them peas out of them holes with sticks. Mm-hmm.
You said you made molasses too.
Made molasses, yes ma'am. We make molasses. Daddy would. I learned to make them myself. I can make them now if I had the cane, and they had a big pan with sections in it, and they would grind that juice, and when they got ready to make it, put that juice in that pan. They keep it for. You couldn't make it too hot. You had to keep them molasses skimmed. That way, if it wouldn't, they taste bitter. But to keep that skim on, when they got ready to run off, they run them off, and run in some more juice right behind, and push them molasses out. And just keep that molasses making all the time. So that's Christmas was we had when socks had put our Christmas in the socks at Christmas time, and we had to go to bed. Daddy would talk to us and tell us, if you don't go to bed, Sandy won't come. Claus won't come to bring you no Christmas. So we would go to bed and get up the next morning. That would be an apple and an orange and a piece of candy in our socks. And that was the biggest Christmas we had. We were tickled to death to get that. Back then, children didn't get no apples and oranges but once a year. And we thought they were really a Santa Claus. So we got up grown, bigger, and found out. Then that would make some of us mad, children. If you tell there wasn't no Santa Claus, we'd get mad and go to fighting one another. It was a Santa Claus. Because Daddy, Mama, whatever Mama said, our Daddy, we believed it. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll stay that way till I got 12, 15 years. I thought that people didn't tell wrong. I thought whatever people said, it was true. So I didn't think people would tell you the wrong thing. I got grown nearly 18, 19 years old for a while. Found out man told me something and didn't do it. And so I said, I didn't know people would lie. See. And one time, something else I want to tell you about. One time there's a man, went to a man's grocery store and he bought some groceries and told me to pay him. Saturday come, well, he didn't pay him. She said, if I don't pay you, said, you know I'm dead. So he didn't come back. This man put the word out. I said, well, so-and-so's dead. And they said, why come out? I said, well, he told me if he didn't pay me, he knew he was dead. They dug a grave for him.
Oh my!
They dug a grave for him, and when they got to digging the grave, they met the man.
Oh
walking.
no!
Said, I thought you were dead. Man by the name Knox. Oh, Mr. Knox, he put it out. He told him, said, now, if I don't pay him, said, you know I'm dead. So he put it out, he's dead when he didn't come in and pay him. That's the reason I think people are worried. I ought to be at say what they mean and mean what they say. So
Exactly right.
that's what happened. They dug his grave and then they met him when they got through digging the grave. My uncle.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
What about school, Reverend Sharp? What was that like?
It was fun. I mean, we would go down and you could get all kind of play. We played a lot. School was good. But, we would fight. And you know how children is. I had one of my cousins, I'd tell him, I'd meet him every morning. I said, if you don't bring me a quarter, I'm going to whoop you every morning. And so every morning he'd bring me a quarter and keep me from whooping. He's big enough. Well, he was raw. I guess he weighed over 100 pounds. But I told him, I had my bluff in on him. I said, if you don't bring that quarter, you're going to get a whooping.
Oh my!
So he brung it. So the dad and them caught up with me. So I stopped that.
That was the end of
That was the end of
that.
that.
Oh my! That's
So-
pretty good.
Yeah, this.
Well, what about now? Your school was held in the same building as church?
Yeah, same building, the church. School was in the church. We'd have school through the week. And on Sunday, we'd have service, and sometimes we have revival through the week. Pastor was named Reverend Holston. He's dead now. I preached his funeral. So. But life was beautiful to me back then. And of course, it's good now, but still, it's much different this day and night as it was when I would come up. See, it's often said that people loved people back then. There wasn't no, what you say, black or white, they use the word nigger a lot, you know that. But that didn't happen. We'd work together, we'd sleep together, and we got along like two black-eyed people did. Like two black-eyed peas. People got along then. And Daddy hard me out to him, man. Back then, you couldn't get your money. If you wasn't 21 years old, they wouldn't pay you to pay your parents. See. So I asked Daddy one day, I said, where's my money? I worked all week. He said, Mr. Hope, Nancy, I'm Hope. I said, I can't pay you. I said, why? Because I said, your daddy make me pay you over. That was the law.
He paid your father.
Paid my daddy, see. And Daddy come give us what we want. I didn't think that was right, but that was the law, see, back then.
Yeah.
Now, I think when you're 16, you're grown. But then you had to be 21 before you was a man. Before you could work and draw your own money.
My goodness.
But now it's different. See.
I remember one story I enjoyed hearing you tell about how the discipline in school about the circle. Could you tell us about that?
Back in school, yeah, when you was in school, if you done a mischievous, boy, you know what children would do. They would do wrong or do something. The teacher would draw a circle around, make a round circle in the floor, and put you in there on one foot, and you stood there so many minutes. And if you put that foot down to get rest, you got a lick on it. See? So that was that's where they had making your mind. See, they didn't beat you, but they'd tell you what to do, and you didn't do it. Well, you stood up quiet. Well, your punishment.
You got in trouble, didn't
Right, you was in trouble. One boy one time he would know to get in trouble sitting behind the students and stick 'em with a pen. They'd holler, and he like he ain't done nothing. Teacher called anyone. So sometimes they make you stay in the school after class. You're done dismissed. You have to stay there. She stay there with you, but you have to stay there and get your lesson over.
Tell me about the kind of food you all had growing up,
Growing up,
Reverend Sharp.
we had garden. Most of our food was garden stuff, beans and taters and stuff like that, and salad. And Mama would cook it. We'd eat it and be glad. For morning, we'd have cornbread for breakfast. We weren't able to eat no fried biscuits twice once on Sunday morning. That's when they would make biscuits, and that biscuit tastes like cake. We were glad to get it, see. But we had to work. We couldn't lay around. We didn't have no well. We had to, on our place, we had to run and over to carry water over a mile or two from the house. We had to run and carry water. So last time when it rained, we catch water. We wouldn't have to go get no water.
What about the kind of clothes you all wore? Did your mom make most of them? Or?
Yeah, she'd make them out of these old feed sacks, what you call feed sacks. And we wore knee pants. Back then there wasn't no long pants, knee pants. And last time I had one pair of overalls, and Mama would make us go to bed till she washed them clothes and dried them by on, your flat on. Not no steam, not no electric on. I mean, you ever see one? The old timey on.
Kind you'd heat up on the stove.
Or in front of the fireplace. That's the way I'd go to bed. She'd warm them clothes and wash them, make them dry them out. Then since you get them ready to iron that, well, she'd say your pants or your clothes you ready, you put on. So, didn't have no tools. I tell somebody the other day, I said, when I go to put on a suit or Sunday morning, I wonder what one I want to put on. Back then, I didn't have one. I knew what I was going to put on.
You knew what you were going to wear.
Knew what I was going to wear, but now I said, it's just much different. I said, then we ain't thankful for what we got now. But back then, we were blessed. Back then, changes. I don't know what you know anything about them. Now, you go to bed, pretty white sheet on your bed, and go to bed, shut the lights off, something you grab here and you grab there and you turn the light on, change you going everywhere. I don't know you know about that, do you?
No, I don't.
But that happened.
Well, I remember you telling me about you could wake up and there'd be snow.
Yeah, that was, see, if it's in the wintertime, we didn't have to look up. Didn't have to go out to find the snow. Be a streak of snow across our bed, foot of our bed. What it done blowed in through them boards, the shingles up on top of the house. So it was different then.
What about how you all celebrated special occasions? The 4th of July?
4th of July, we would put on games. They'd have picnics at night. Make games, saying, old Al behind the pine, shiny eye, one eye open, nothing blind, we'd sing that. And we'd pitch horseshoes, and we'd have a lot of fun doing things like that.
And you were telling me about the straw wagon.
Straw wagon, yeah. We'd get the wagon and load it down with hay and just load it down with people. Just drive, say 10 or 15 miles, just horses, and have a good time. Sometimes we get up on the wagon, so you know how boys is, and we get them to walk behind the wagon, and just had a hallelujah time back then.
Reverend Sharp, could you tell me about the experience of seeing the first airplane?
The first airplane, I was riding a horse, a race horse my daddy owned, and I didn't know what it was, and it scared me, and I beat the horse back to where I'm home. I beat the plane back where this horse was, where he was going. Time he got to my home, I was there. See, I run that horse. I don't know. I told Dad, I said, I don't know what that thing was. He said, oh, it's a plane. And I didn't know. The first train I ever seen was, I guess I was 9 or 10 years old over in Rockwood. We went over there one day, and I seen the train. I asked Dad, what is that? He said, well, that's a train. I said, well, I had not been nowhere.
Yeah.
So that was education to me. So,
Didn't know what it was.
Didn't know what it was. So
Reverend Sharp, what about, I know there was a very hard time back in about 1917 with the flu epidemic.
Yeah. Yeah, we at my home, everybody got sick but me. I was the last one. I got sick, but I had to wait on Mom and Daddy and all the rest of the children. Had a doctor, but he would bring us Mom and the pill. They'd take them pills, they'd tell them take them pills, drink plenty of water and stay in the bed. And I was the last one that taken sick. I finally went down, but still there were lots of other people that didn't make it because that flu was so bad. It was killing them, just like sheep with the rock. Mm-hmm. And that's the time of World War One. World War One was going. I remember it. So I would think I remember when it was over. See, I was born in 1909.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a hard time for everybody.
A hard time for everybody.
Yeah.
Things was tough, rough, and people. As I said, people just they were happy. There wasn't nobody sad. There wasn't nobody. But we didn't have very much. But they were happy people. Everybody was lovely. If they were sad, they didn't show it. Just think now, if people ain't got no money, they kind of look like kind of down. But money don't bring happiness.
That's so
See,
true.
I tell them, friends, if you got a good friend, I say you got money. Mm-hmm. If you got friends, you got money. Because if that friend got some money, if you need it, he'll help you. Mm-hmm. So.
That's so true. What about medicine? When you all got sick, how'd your mother treat you?
My mother would take cash to all bones, had to get on the field, pick bone set tea and rasifat, brain veins and snake root and different herbs and pour it down us. That bone set tea was, I'd just take a whoop and take it. It would kill you, but it's strong and bitter. I don't know what you ever seen in the bone set tea or not.
Now, what is bone set?
It's a very big weed, grows out wall, and it's white looking. It's blue. When it blooms down, it's white. And they'd gather that stuff and tie it up in bundles, hang it up for winter time. When you got sick, that's what Mom would get. Break that stuff up and boil it, put it in a cup, and you had to drink it. And that was good. That cured you. It could.
If you could get it down.
Get it down. You had to drink it because they'd make you drink it. Yeah, you had to drink it.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't no doctors then, like, of course, Rockwood over in town, but we lived in country. There wasn't no, had one doctor, Dr. Holloway, I'll never forget him. And he'd come around on that horse, telling you what to do, give you them pills. Come back, next 2 or 3 days, he'd come back again, giving you some more pills, but wasn't nothing but soda.
Just soda pills?
Just soda pills, that's all it was.
Did they help you?
Yeah, it's the thoughts. You know what helps you out? A lot of times people think the medicine, it's the faith that you got in that doctor. Mm-hmm. You think he heals you, but God the one that heals you. Mm-hmm. But we think it's the doctor, but it ain't. It's the faith you got in the medicine. If you don't believe in some medicine, anything you take it, if you don't believe in it, you better not take it. See?
Won't do you any good.
Won't do you any good.
Uh-huh.
So that's what we believed. Thought that pill was done it so people would get well.
Now, how old were you when you left home?
I guess I was 14. I guess 14. I got kind of. All of them left home. My daddy and mom were separated, and all of them left with me. And daddy would go over and up north and left me. And I'd stayed my head and I got tired of it. So he come back and wanted me to stay at home. I said, I ain't going. So he got after me with the horse. Now I'd run the horse. I'd run through the field, jump the fence, and went hard out to a man named Darth Jackson on the farm. I was so little, he said, you can't plow. Another man said, Ed McKenzie. He's a black man, said, try him out. Give him that mule. He sure you would. I went down through that field, plowed, laid that corn over. When I come back, I straightened it up. He said, you got a job. So, so I stayed with him for, I guess, 2 years, working on the farm.
What did you do after that then?
Then I went, I think I married when I was 21. Mm-hmm. Went to stay with a white man in Saudi Arabia. And I married that woman up on that picture in there. And we stayed together 57 years. And she passed. And Here I am today, by the mercy of the God.
Now you served in World War II. You
World War
said,
II,
didn't you?
yeah.
What did you do there?
I unload ships and we would fix, build barracks after they done been in and took the town. We'd build barracks, and I finally got off on that ship. I hurt my back, and I got it cooking for the chief petty officers in there. And after that, after I got on the ship, I was serving chief petty officers, had 3 or 4 men under me. So I was something like, I was boss over them, telling them what to do. So I enjoyed it, but I just didn't. First time I'd been away from home. The first time I'd been away from home when they called me in the service. So, but war is not nothing easy. It's nothing to play with. But we didn't have to, I thank God for it. We didn't have to fight. We had to work like mad. See. But it was
a hard time.
a hard time, right. Mm-hmm.
Now you started pastoring a church when?
I started in 1947. That was the year I was ordained, and they gave me a church at Piney. And I started pastoring. I stayed there 5 or 6 years. And then I pastored at Philadelphia, Tennessee. And I've been pastoring about close to 50 years.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still
pastoring Lane Chapel now from Naoda.
in Naoda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been through the woods, and God's still blessing me.
That's wonderful.
A lot of people don't believe I'm the age that I am, but I tell them I am. That's what my daddy said. I was born in 1909.
Well, Reverend Sharp, you're just real inspiration to a lot of people, and I thank you for your time today.
I'm glad to do it. Maybe I get to see it again.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.